Hello everyone, my name is Folakemi Ojo and I am a 500 level law student of Afe Babalola University and an undergraduate intern at HARLEM Solicitors. Now, I'll be introducing you into the topic legal insights into collocation and infrastructure sharing. You know where there is a house and it has several rooms. People can be in these rooms without interrupting each other, so more so in relations to telecommunications, whereby we should imagine the mast as a house and the rooms as MNOs, that is mobile network operators, such as MTN, Airtel, 9Mobile, and Glo. Moving forward, what is collocation in simple terms? Collocation is the use of telecommunication facilities by two or more operators and network service providers. Now, under the NCC guidelines of collocation and infrastructure sharing, collocation can be defined as the placement of transmission equipment owned by the interconnection demanding operator in the premises of the interconnection providing operator for the purpose of operating the network of that particular operator. Now, there are three arrangements of collocation under the NCC guidelines of collocation and infrastructure sharing. One of them is physical collocation. Physical collocation is a form of collocation whereby the interconnection demanding operator's equipment is placed in a separate room but in the premises of the interconnection providing operator. Now, the second one is remote collocation, which is defined as the form of collocation whereby the interconnection demanding operator's equipment is placed in a nearby location but near the premises of the interconnection providing operator. Now, the last one is virtual collocation, which is a form of collocation whereby the interconnection demanding operator's equipment is placed with the interconnection providing operator's equipment line up. Now, moving forward, we should know that collocation is under the NCC guidelines is one of the elements of network interconnection and is also regulated by telecommunications network interconnection regulations. Now, we should also look at the application for collocation. The application for collocation by an operator is on a first come first served basis, and what this entails is that where there is a scarcity of capacity, the operator can then relinquish other allocated capacity within 3 months. More so, where there is no available capacity in this instance, the operator can then seek for redevelopment of operators in the telecommunication existing facilities. Now, let's look at the other aspect of my topic, which is infrastructure sharing. What is infrastructure sharing? Under the NCC guidelines of collocation and infrastructure sharing, infrastructure sharing can be defined as the joint use of telecommunication facilities by one or more operators subject to the agreement by technical and commercial conditions. Now, there are two types of infrastructure sharing, which are passive infrastructure sharing and active infrastructure sharing. The passive infrastructure sharing entails the civil engineering and all non-electronic elements such as mast, poles, premises, power supplies, and the likes. Now, let's look at active infrastructure sharing, which entails all the electronic elements, and this consists of access node switches, lit fibers, and broadband remote access servers. Moving forward, we'll look at the advantages of infrastructure sharing, which are: number one, it minimizes the duplication of unnecessary facilities in the telecommunication industry. Another one is that it maximizes the market competition. Now, there's one thing we should note under the NCC guidelines of collocation and infrastructure sharing, and it is that infrastructure sharing has a more general scope than that of collocation. Now, I'll be moving to the NCC's guidelines on collocation and infrastructure sharing and its objectives and also what it regulates. The NCC guidelines on infrastructure sharing and collocation has several objectives, but before I move on to the objectives, I would like to state that it establishes the framework for operators to be able to negotiate their arrangements, and it also regulates all telecommunication facilities in the Nigerian industry. Now, one of the objectives is that it maximizes or promotes the market competition between operators. It also ensures that there is fair competition between the operators in the telecommunication industry. It also ensures that there's a protection of the environment by reducing the proliferation of telecommunication facilities in Nigeria. And it also ensures that there is a reduction in the capital expenditure because funds are being freed up to be invested in core equipment that relates to telecommunication. Now, in conclusion, I would like to state that despite the economic despite the growth of the governance in relation to telecommunications, it should be noted that operators still have many challenges that they face, such as the antagonistic lack of trust in each other and the lack of funding that they do not owe up to, and also the fact that some of them do not trust each other based on lack of payment. Now, I would like you to visit www.HARLEM Solicitors for more information, and also look at HARLEM Solicitors on LinkedIn. Thank you.